is a story of surrender. This is a story of God's love towards me. Hey guys, welcome to SHEHAJOY. My name is Emma, and in today's story time, I wanted to share about how God gave me my dream apartment. I'm in college, I'm about to be like a senior, and I have this desire to have my own place and move out. My prayer to the Lord was just that, Lord, I want a place where I could host your presence. I wanted friends. I wanted to be the host girly, have people over, and I just had that desire deep inside, and I felt like I couldn't meet it in my family home. And I was just like, Lord, I desire this, I want this. And it was just almost like a 3-year process of surrender, of just going to thrift stores and just desiring to buy all these things that cute that I could see and wanted for my future apartment, and just laying it down over and over again. After graduation, I realized I was moving to a different state, and I was like, Lord, I want you to provide for me because I've never been to this place. I have never stepped foot. I don't know anybody in the whole state. So I'm going to need you to provide for me in ways that I don't know. And so I was looking at different apartments, different places I could live. And I was on Zillow. I was on all the apps, just trying to find a place that was livable, close to work, and I had a list. I had a list, and it had everything that I could ever dream of. But on my must-have list, I put that I needed a place that was safe, because first I was going to be living by myself, and I do not need to be getting kidnapped and stuff, or having to worry about my safety. And the second thing that I wanted was a place that had a washer and dryer inside of it. That was a must-have for me because I knew I was working nights, and I just had to have one in my unit because I wasn't trying to fight over laundry machines or having to drive my laundry somewhere. Third was that I wanted somewhere that had no pests. That's right, I said it, no pests. I hate anything that's crawly, creepy, and I just didn't want to have to deal with that just moving by myself. And I was just like, ain't no way, if it mentions any pests, I am out of there. And so I was looking at all these apartments, and it was crazy. Some of the reviews people would leave. There's this one person that put a review on an apartment complex, and they were like, yeah, it's a great place to live. It's close to all the fun places to eat, and the security is actually police on the facility. But one thing is you have to realize they have seasonal roaches. I was like, what do you mean seasonal roaches? Do they come and go? What is that? I just remember being so distraught at that comment. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean seasonal roaches? They come and go? But I was just disgusted by anything that mentioned pests, and anything I was looking at was not lining up with the vision that was set in my mind. And I was like, is that too much to ask for? Do I want it to be cute? And I had this app, and it was actually a really good app because you put in your list of designs and master budget, and it kind of caters to what you would have. And I was using this app mostly to find my search for an apartment. And I was on that app. I'm telling you, I was on the app. My screen time was just all spent on that app because it was such a worry in my heart that I wouldn't find the perfect place. And I just was like, there's no way I'm gonna know from miles away where to live, where is safe, other than if I just let God do it. Anyways, I was still on the app. I was like, I'm control a little bit, I'm gonna control this whole situation a little bit. I trust you, Lord, but I still have control. And one day the Lord said, And like the time is ticking. I'm like moving in 3 weeks and I don't have an apartment to move to. And I'm just like, Lord, like you are gonna have to come through because I have no idea. Every place that was nice, I like applied to, and the website would crash. Like literally, website crash. Call the people. They're like, no, it's up and running. I don't know what you're doing. And I was like, what do you mean? It is not working. Like I'm trying to apply to this unit, which is available, but it's not letting me. And they're like, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you because it's broken. I need you to fix it. And I just would go through this same process, and the Lord said, delete the app. I was like, what do you mean delete the app? This is what's giving me hope of like what I could choose and what's gonna be actually good for me. And he's like, I want you to trust me and delete the app. And I was like, okay. I don't know, this makes no sense to me, but I'm gonna delete the app. And so I did. I obeyed the Lord and I deleted the app that I thought would give me the perfect apartment. And that's a word for somebody. Girl, delete the app. You know what app I'm talking about. You have a list and you have a must have and like has to be this. And the Lord is telling you today, delete that app. I'm just joking, but honestly, I would obey if the Lord is actually telling you to delete the apps, and you know what apps I'm talking about. And so I deleted the app to find my perfect apartment, and I was just like blind calling all these places that were like in a radius of where I wanted to live close to. And every place was like, we don't have anything available. We have something in 3 months from now. Oh, our website is running, but actually, it's crashed. And I was just like, Lord, I'm gonna need you to move. Anyways, I get on a call with this lady and they're like, actually, they're opening up a new apartment complex like here shortly, and I think they have something available. So I call them up. They're like, oh yeah, we have units available. I can send you like a little video of like what the apartment's gonna look like. And so she sends me the video and I'm like, this is literally everything I could ever want. It's so nice. It's spacious. It has high ceiling. It has an in-unit wash and dryer. It's a new build, so no pests from previous, lingering people. I just was like, could this really be it? And they're like, yeah, you can come see it. We can sign, you can apply for it, and we'll see if you get approved, blah, blah, blah. So I decided to move forward with applying for the unit without seeing it in person, without seeing what kind of neighborhood it was in, because it was just like the only door that stayed open. I'm moving and I still haven't seen this place. I get approved, blah, blah, blah. I come. And it's the day of signing the lease. And it's my first time seeing it. And I am not kidding y'all. Everything that I had listed on my list and then more. Like the whole summer I had been like wanting to buy blackout curtains for my future apartment because I knew I was going to be living and working like at night. And so I needed something during the day that would help me sleep. And I couldn't find it anywhere. Tell me why this apartment had blackout curtains already installed into the windows. Like, it's crazy. I walk in and I'm like, this is the perfect place for me. Tell me why, like, the step stool that I had been gifted, like for my like graduation gift, matched the doors. Tell me why everything fit perfectly into this space. And also, the biggest thing is like when I was moving during around this time, I was watching 227, like the series or like comedy series. 227 is like an old 90s show, and it was like just talking about home and family, and I just was like, oh, this is cute. And while I was doing that, I was just like, wow, like this is cute. And tell me why my apartment number was 227. Tell me why it hit the checklist to every single point. It was close to work. It's gated, has security. It's close to like all the places that you could, want to eat. I was like too stunned to speak because some of the desires that I didn't even list out loud were a reality. And I remember I just got really quiet, started to like freak out internally and wanting to like throw up because it was a desire that the Lord had met in such a crazy, intense way that I was like, there's no way anyone could have known that this is what I wanted, or like I could have even known that I wanted. And the Lord did it. And in his own strength and might, because the prayer that I prayed, I was like, Lord, I want you to place me. Like I could go anywhere and I could get any apartment, but I want you to specifically place me where you want me to be. I don't know what neighborhood is safe. I don't know what is good for me. I just want you to place me where you want me to be. And I just feel like the Lord answered that prayer in such a crazy way. But it took a ton of surrenders, like 4 years of just surrendering, like a space to call home, a space that I could like be creative in, a space that I could show up and just feel like peace. A place that could host his presence. I remember like praying that one year, like, God, I just want a place that could host the presence of Jesus. Even to the fact that like I was praying that God would be near to me. I was like, God, I could have a cute apartment. Like honestly, I could, and it would be cute. But if you're not in it, then I don't really want it. It's like, I just want your nearness. You could place me in a dingy apartment complex with roaches. But if that's where you are, that's where I want to be. And I just was like, I feel like my heart had reached the point of like surrender, and the gift came. And as I was moving in, I looked into my journals and like I was putting like stuff away and reading one of my journal prayer points. And I was like, back in like 2022 or something crazy. And I was like, Lord, I surrender an apartment with windows. And I just wrote it down. I was like, okay, God, I surrender. And I look up and I'm in this apartment and there's these huge windows that I'm staring at, and I just begin to cry because God knows the desire of my heart. And in seeking him, he made it like a reality. And I'm not sharing this to brag on like, oh, I have this cute apartment, but more so to brag on the God who is able to see you in a place where that you feel like no one sees, or like the desire that you like, even if I voice it out loud, it's too much. It's too much. And 6 months in, I get a notification from the app that I had deleted. They're like, hey, we think we found a match for you. This is crazy. It's giving like dating apps, but I promise it was just apartment house thing. And you would, now that I think about it, you would like heart or like, anyways, it's weird. And I click on it for some reason and it sends me the promotion to the same apartment that I had signed. And I was like, how crazy is that? Like, and God spoke to me like, what you were looking for wasn't on the apps yet. Like it wasn't even available. So I don't know why you were struggling so much to be on the apps. I told you to delete it because what you were looking for wasn't even available. And that is just my God. He is Jehovah Jireh to me, the God who provides. And the Lord just like began to speak this so strongly in my first few months here. But yeah, that's the story of how God gave me my dream apartment. If you guys want to see a tour, let me know. And I would love to share that with you. Just the blessing of trusting in God and being a daughter of a king, being spoiled, rich of his love and mercy to give the desires of our hearts is crazy to me. It's just crazy. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more stories. Have a great and blessed day. Bye.